Welcome. I'm so excited to share this new information with you. My name is Shannon Murray, and my gift to humanity is being able to share information from a very cosmic perspective and reinterpreting, translating it down to where it's just an easy conversation to have between you and me. I am really excited to be launching a very new platform that I'll be doing every month, and that is to give you a new moon vibrational report. My background is sound healing, and so how I look at astrology or how the planets are affecting us, I look at it really through vibrations and tones. So each planet has its own frequency and vibration, its own stories, its own archetypes, its own mythology. And that plays a part on our human psyche, the collective consciousness. So what I like to do, especially at a new moon time, which is a very powerful time to set intentions for your future. And it can be in your larger future, or it could just be within the next 29 days. So this new moon, today, on Wednesday, February 18th, 2015, is a very, very special new moon. Now, this new moon is 29 degrees and 59 seconds Aquarius. And some of you might be asking, well, what does that mean? Well, anytime a sign, meaning any astrological sign, and we're talking like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, the ones you're familiar with, anytime a sign is in the 29th degree, it's called an anuretic sign. And what that means is, in a transpersonal viewpoint, it means karmic destiny. It's like your Las Vegas neon sign shining really bright and blinking in front of your face saying, look at me, come over here, pay attention. So when I discovered that this new moon is a 29 degree and 59 second, which means at 60 seconds it turns degree to the next sign, which is 0 degrees Pisces. So this moment of the new moon is a very karmic, destined time for all of us to be experienced together on our community planet that we all share and that we all have in common. We're all here. So my podcast that I'll be doing monthly is really an overview of the new moon frequencies to let you know what the information is available for everyone to tap into, those energies, how to use them, and then just to educate so you get to be more connected not only with your own self, your body, your own life, your present moment, but really how you share this planet together with other humans and other plants and animals, other species. Okay, let's get back to what's happening today. At 3:47 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the new moon is in Aquarius at the 29 degrees. And 3 minutes later, at 3:50 p.m., the sun moves out of Aquarius into Pisces. So a lot is happening today within just a few minutes. And so I want you to take this time, that moment, that 3 minutes, to really get grounded and centered and present so that you can tap into cosmic forces that can move any stuck patterns in your life or create something brand new that you've been trying to do for a while. So the vibration of Aquarius. And also, before we go there, I just wanted to make sure that you understand that a new moon frequency is the time when you plant new seeds, when you want something to grow and come to fruition within that 14 days, which is when we experience a full moon. And then after that 14 days, then we experience a brand new new moon. So I just want to orient you to where you are in time and space today. You're planting seeds, so that means intentions. You could actually plant seeds and plant some flowers or vegetables wherever you're living. That would be a wonderful physical act to do that's very intentionally conscious. But you can also plant your seeds in the form of intentions, desires, dreams, wishes, things like that. But just be very clear on what you're asking for, or what you're creating, or what you're attracting to yourself. And do something significant around it. Make it sacred. Do a ritual, do a little ceremony, do whatever it is that speaks to you. That's your language, that's your vibration. Okay, let's get into the story of today. 29 degrees Aquarius. So Aquarius is the beautiful water bearer. She's the archetypal figure that governs the 11th house in a zodiac chart. And the 11th house is about friends, groups, associations. So it's the larger, it's like the community house. Okay? So Aquarian ideals are all around utopia. How do we live in community? Where's our tribe, and how do we live together? So it's this very idealistic vibration that's really looking at how do we all get along, what's our common themes, and how do we move forward into the future. So the Aquarian ideals are actually very futuristic. They're way out there. This sign is a fixed air sign. And when you meet someone who has a lot of Aquarius in their vibrational pattern, or their personal, what I call your personal frequency pattern, you might tend to describe them as being someone who's way out there, or someone who's very unique and kind of like, walks to the beat of his or her own drum. So that's a really Aquarian characteristic, is to be unique and to liberate yourself, to find who you really are. And as you stand out in that bright light, you attract others who are like you, and that is how you resonate and create your community. But an Aquarian vibration has to be unique and be freedom and have to stand out alone. And then he or she draws the people or the things and the places that resonate with that vibration. Okay, so Aquarius, back to Aquarius. So this humanitarian, beautiful vibration. It's at the completion, so that karmic destiny point, that 29 degrees, means completion of that idea. What did I learn in this space of being an individualized, unique, liberated soul? And who did I draw to me that is of a like nature? So we take all of that we learned in that space, and so we created community and friendships and associations around that. And the energy is now moving into the last sign of the zodiac, which is Pisces. And so Pisces governs the 12th house. And Pisces, the vibration is the cosmic ocean of consciousness. It's the bigger collective conscious, it's the collective unconscious. So when you see that picture of an iceberg, on the very top is all we see, but the very bottom that's underneath the ocean is huge, it's magnanimous. And so the Piscean vibration is that bottom part of the iceberg. It's this huge, unknown, unseen, spacious place. And we call it the cosmic ocean, as Pisces rules Neptune, which is governs the oceans. So here we are with this Aquarian karmic destiny point that we're all going to experience this afternoon as a collective society. No matter what your orientation or your belief is, you're still getting connected by the cosmic forces that surround our planet, so we can't escape that. So what's happening with this new moon is that it's coming at a karmic destined moment, and then it's opening into this cosmic ocean. So imagine the water bearer Aquarius. She's holding up this big pitcher of water, which represents our consciousness, and the light coming from the future, the light that's bringing us a higher consciousness. And she's pouring this beautiful water into a cosmic ocean of consciousness, which is represented by the Piscean vibration. So this really heralds a new time of a karmic cycle. First, in the emotions, Pisces is a water sign, so it rules in the emotional fields. It wants the Piscean energy of your feelings to come forth, and then it wants you to also understand that that karmic point of the Aquarian is asking you to identify who you really are. So here we go. It's a really, this follows a really reflective and some might say an intense Mercury retrograde, which is set up perfectly for us, where we were reviewing and reflecting and renewing in an Aquarian place on the things that work for us as a whole, a society as a whole, in our oneness, and then the things that don't, and we can let those go. So the Piscean waters wants to dissolve everything that you want to let go. All the things that don't work for you in your life, in your communities, your family, like in your world. And then all the things that don't work in our bigger world for all of humanity, all of the species on the planet. So the Piscean compassionate waters wants to receive all that doesn't work and dissolve it. And what it does is it dissolves it back into pure energy that can now be used by the new cycle, which is Aries, beginnings. So this is such a beautiful time to be present. And that's why I really wanted to give you this podcast today, so that you can really utilize the frequencies and bring them into your own personal self, for your body, mind, spirit, and then also for your community and your families and your friendships. And just make the world a brighter, uplifted vibration today, just by that single act of you tapping into what is happening all around you on a cosmic level. So as this water bearer, the Aquarian, pours the consciousness of humanity back into the Piscean cosmic ocean, it's an intentional place to step into a new world. And the new moon, this energy of the new moon, will meet you wherever you are on the path. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you're like, wow, I should have been further along, or I haven't done enough, or this or that, and all the, should, coulds, wouldas things. It's okay. The new moon just meets you right where you are and then says, hey, look over here. Want to come walk down this golden path? And you can start anew every 29 days, which is so, what a wonderful, graceful opportunity for all of us, just to plant new seeds and start again. So there is no wrong in where you've been. There's only just choosing anew. And as we do this for ourselves, what we're doing in the bigger picture is we're anchoring a new light and a new harmonic vibration on the planet for all of humanity. And again, I have to include all the species, because we all are one. So as we pour this conscious water into the Piscean oceans, at the same time, we're accepting the shadow sides of all the things that don't work, or that don't, aren't of our frequency anymore. And how we accept the shadow is that we honor the teachings and the wisdom that we were able to glean from either, experiencing these things that were hard and difficult. And then we receive the gifts of the wounds, right? So then that just allows the energy to move, because the cosmos is a dynamic place. Energy is always moving. And what happens with people is that we get stuck in the material reality and we keep it frozen in time. But it's really, everything is energy happening at certain vibrations, whether it's a quick vibration, a slow vibration that can solidify into something that we call solid mass. It's all energy and vibration. So in our minds, our separated minds from the bigger picture, actually is freezing information and energy and vibration so that it creates solid mass. And we call it like a computer, we call it a car, we call it a house, we call it these things that we have to, we want to make permanent, because everything is changing so fast. But the reason why I believe humanity does that is because we've been separated from the conscious connection to our source. And through that separation, we feel so alone and afraid, because it's so magnificently huge universe. But if you're not connected to the source, or your own source, you can get lost in this cosmic sea, and it could be very frightening. So we tend to grab onto things and try to hold them in place long enough so that we can feel safe. But really, the safety is in letting go. The safety is waking up and embracing all of it. The safety is realizing, wow, I am part of a much bigger thing, and I'm not alone. I've never been alone, and I never will be alone. Alone is like a concept I can just let go of. And this is a perfect time to do that. Let's take a moment and just take a nice deep breath, because this is a lot of information to absorb all at once, but it's something that's already just sitting in your cells. So if there's truth in what I'm sharing with you today, just let it resonate and vibrate, and then just step into that frequency. And if it doesn't resonate and vibrate, it's okay. Just let it go or turn off this podcast, whatever you need to do. But I just wanted you to know that you can just tap into this bigger concept and not feel like the small mind has to figure every little detail out. Just allow yourself to open up to the frequency of it. Okay, so just to review, we've got our new moon at 29 degrees, our Las Vegas neon karmic destiny sign saying, look here, and it's moving into Pisces that wants to dissolve everything that doesn't work and then bring in a greater, bigger picture of compassion, of a compassionate society. Followed by the sun. The sun represents who you are in this world, how you shine your light. So the sun is now moving into Pisces, which is the archetypal figure of the compassionate companion. So you look at these places within yourself and within your friendships or your family and your community, like, where do I show up as the compassionate companion? Do I show up in that way? Do I want to show up more of that? So this is a perfect time in the next 30 days when the sun is shining its light in Pisces to really tap into that compassionate companion that's within yourself. If you want to bring that out even more, now is a perfect time to do it. The third auspicious point about today and the next 2 days actually is that Mars and Venus, so Mars representing the anima, the masculine, and Venus representing the feminine, the animus, and so it's the deep feminine masculine psyche is now coming together in the spiral dance, the cosmic love dance of they're transitioning in a sign, which they're going from Pisces into Aries. And so this is a really auspicious moment as well. It's a really powerful time when planets change signs, but when planets change signs together and they represent two sides of the same coin, the masculine and the feminine, which we all embody within ourselves, and then we go out and we partner with other masculine and feminine forces. So it's entering Aries. And so Aries, again, is this beautiful, love of life. It's the creative eros, the passion. And since it's in Aries, Aries represents more the sacred marriage, the love of life, the hieros gamos, how you connect to your creator, how you connect the duality of your masculine and your feminine presence. How do you bring all that together into a spiral love of life dance? So that's super, super, super exciting. That's happening on the 21st, so in 3 days. Another major thing happening today is the Tibetan Losar Lunar New Year, which is also the Chinese Lunar New Year, is happening today, which opens up into a new vibration of the year of the yin wood sheep. And so this is another beautiful time of deeply yin vibrations for this year of 2015. Creative, healing, nourishing. The sheep represents Cancer in the zodiac, so it's all about the nurturing forces at work in the yin. So it's working on your feminine psyche, your emotions, the things that are your subconscious. There's just so much to tell you, but I just wanted to just kind of point those things out to you and let you know how you can understand what's going on and how you can start to use it in your life. So the biggest thing I really want you to get from this podcast is that you're taking the visionary aspect of the Aquarian and you're taking the altruism of the Piscean and you put it together. And it just makes the collective consciousness has an opportunity to be concerned with the plight of humanity and to want something bigger, to realize oneness. And then in that space, when you realize oneness, everything you do to another, you're doing to yourself. Everything you do to yourself, you're doing to everyone else. So it's really coming together, bringing that duality, that polarity together and realizing the oneness. Now the new moon is activating these popular squares that we have happening on the cosmic cycle that you've probably been hearing about for a while throughout last year. The Pluto-Uranus square and also the Neptune-Saturn square. These are the two bridges that bridge the inner worlds to the outer worlds, the personal world to the transpersonal world. So it can activate a spiritual crisis, or spiritual mastery, and usually one bridges into the other. If you're having a spiritual crisis, that this is your bridge to becoming a spiritual master. One leads into the other. Saturn representing like the old ways, the old paradigms. And then Neptune really just into the spiritual world. Like, how do we bridge the mundane, the old, into the new creative spirit? It is also representing when to let go and liberate, which is the Uranus aspect, and then what to hold on to transform, and that is the Pluto aspect. So that's something just very, very, very simple to explain very large cosmic forces. And I don't want to get too much into it, but I just want you to be aware of what's happening around you. So in this new moon, we can initiate many things. We can set intentions and choose directions. So new moons are like seeds. Plant them, fertilize them, and water them. So here we are. We're emerging into a new reality today. We can recognize we all are one. And we all are one on this earth with all the species that we share it with in nature. We all are one in the cosmos that is all around us. And then if you can get to the bigger concept of recognizing that we all are one in humanity, and then we all are one with the earth and nature, and then we're all one with the cosmos that is swirling around us. And then from that place, we realize we are all one with the quantum field, which is everything of light. So have fun, like swimming in those waters. I know that I do. I love to take time and just kind of let my mind be blown for a little bit and then see what happens in that space. Because what you're doing when you expand out into those universal concepts, you're actually slowing your brainwave patterns down. And in that space of slowing the brainwave patterns down, there's spaces where new information can drop in. So new ahas, new ideas, new understandings. So just allow your mind to kind of melt and just expand, and then see what pops in as a result. So take time to tap into the grid of our collective and look and feel what unites us all. What is that energy that we all yearn for deep in our hearts? And Venus and Mars are opening up that new cycle for the feminine and masculine energies of life. Ask yourself, how can you let go of the old, outdated attitudes? Do you house any inequality energies between the masculine and the feminine? This is a perfect time to heal and balance that. So in closing, I want to let you know that I'll be doing this forecast every month for the new moon to give you the overtones and the vibration of this cycle. And then a new service I'm offering in March. I'm going to be doing personalized new moon readings so that you can personally understand what this vibration says for you. Now, just to give you an example, I looked at my own chart, and my Aquarian, all of the Aquarian idealism of the new moon, the sun, the Mars and Venus, it's all happening in my ninth house, which is the house of spirituality and religious dogma. So I've been really catapulted by this frequency to step in and make this part of my spiritual practice. So I'm initiating this brand new contribution and service that I'm providing as a way of my spiritual practice. So I invite you to explore, to listen, have questions. Come to my website, find out more, www.shensounds.com, and you can start to make appointments to get personalized new moon readings starting March 1st. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so excited that you listened all the way through to this podcast, and that hopefully you've learned something that you didn't know before you started listening, and that you tap into these beautiful karmic destiny frequencies today, and you set new intentions, and you plant those seeds, and you fertilize them with your new thoughts, and you water them, and you nurture them from your Piscean heart. And I am so excited. Happy New Year. And may you love your life and continue to grow and expand and give your gifts to your families, your friends, your communities, and the world at large. Thank you so much. And I look forward to sharing all this with you even more and more, and especially on the next new moon. Thank you.